We're going to jump straight back into a really horrifying story, and it's really a contentious story. It's the one that people were trying to hold up on the front of the Sydney Morning Herald. Please help me, I can't die, I've got 3 kids, is the splash on the Herald tomorrow. Patients speak out about the horrors of cosmetic procedures gone horribly wrong. In an investigation, one clinic's thought to torpedo through the courts. Carolee, we were talking about this off camera. I guess this sort of issue brings in so many dramas when it comes to the body image issues that not only women face but also men. But the fact that the cosmetic industry, specifically injectables and things like that, it isn't very well regulated, and stuff like this is just absolutely horrific when it goes bad.
It is, and whenever stories like this happen, Jenna, you always look and you're always horrified as to how lax the regulations are and how anyone can call themselves a cosmetic surgeon. And, when someone is wanting a procedure done, they don't think to look on the wall at the certificates. They don't think to ring up medical boards in various states and things. And I just think it's really sad. And I noticed that the victim on the front, she's got 3 children, and you just sort of think to yourself that once you have children, your body does change, and you do change, but you can't turn back the clock. And I just feel so sorry for everybody growing up in this era with all the pressure of TikTok and Instagram, men and women. I think people are just going to be grateful for how they are and just to be careful. But as I said, mentally, when people want to get a procedure done, it's very difficult to show them that there's nothing wrong with how they are to begin with, which is why most top people will make you have a couple of consultations and it has to be signed off. But it's a very, very moving story. I'm really glad you've highlighted it this evening.
Nick, I'm just really keen to get your take on it. Obviously, being a gentleman within the room, but again, you're not. Your gender isn't immune to the pressures of social media, specifically in this day and age. Do you think that this is something that potentially, it needs to be looked at a more thorough basis when it comes to legislation?
Yeah, I think the pressures on body image, I think, have increased since my generation, and you can see, you can probably tell that I've never visited anybody to do any beauty surgery on me, or if I did, it didn't go terribly well. But no, look, I think reading Adele Ferguson's story there, I think that this is obviously something which needs looking at. I often think the best way to deal with these things, by the way, is not so much more regulation as more transparency. So, sites, websites, for instance, on which you can go and check the credentials and the past record of people like this. I mean, that they can be very helpful. So let's hope that something like that emerges from this, because it's a very unsatisfactory and tragic situation that's reported there on the front of the Herald.
Yeah, and hats off to the reporter Adele Ferguson for pursuing this. She's been on it for months. She's a dogged journalist, and congratulations to the Herald for putting that on the front. And The Age have also done that as well.